Good evening and welcome inside the Mac Center for a big one here on the road. My name is Andrew Relvas. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's Red Hawk Radio presentation of Miami men's basketball. For the first time in the 21st century, the Miami RedHawks are ranked. They are currently number 25 as they come into the Mac Center on the site of Kent State University's campus with a record of 19-0, and they take on the Kent State Golden Flashes, who come in with a record of 14-4 and are off to another good start under Rob Senderoff in his 15th year. Thanks again so much for joining us. It should be a great game here. Great environment already, as a lot of Kent State fans have shown up, and well, but we got some Miami fans too coming out on the east side of the state. Always good to see the Red Hawk representation out here. And we've got the tip-off coming up in just about 10 minutes. But first of all, let's dive into these two teams a little bit. First of all, for the undefeated Miami RedHawks, they are one of 3 undefeated teams in the country behind Arizona, Nebraska, and Miami. So 3 undefeated teams, and Miami is still one of them, coming in with a 19-0 record and ranked for the first time in 27 years. The last time they were ranked was February 27th in 1999, so it's been a full 27 years since the RedHawks were last ranked, and they will try and prove that they belong here on the road tonight. Meanwhile, for Kent State, a record of 14-4, another good start under Rob Senderoff in his 15th year at the helm of the Kent State Golden Flashes. A little bit different team from last year, though. This year's Kent State team is relying a lot more on a few transfers and some freshmen to take some bigger leaps. This year, Kent State does not have Solinger, Von Cameron Davis, Marquise Burnett, or Clyron Hornbeak. All 4 of those guys were big contributors. So Rob Senderoff had to kind of dive into the transfer portal a little bit, pick up a few pieces like Rob Whaley, Jahari Williamson, and Rayvon Griffith. Those 3 are probably the biggest transfer gets by Coach Senderoff, but another big contributor is Quinn Weidke, the freshman guard. He's really played a big role, especially coming off of the bench, and he will try and continue that hot streak tonight. A little bit about these transfers, a little bit more. Rob Whaley, the UNLV transfer, a couple of years in the Mountain West. For Jahari Williamson, he's the number 2 three-point shooter in the MAC, comes over from Niagara. And lastly, a familiar face to Southwest Ohio, it's Rayvon Griffith, a Cincinnati Bearcats transfer, coming in as a redshirt sophomore. And he was actually teammates with Ian Elmer at Taft High School. So a couple of transfers coming in. There are 5 freshmen as well on this Kent State team. So kind of similar to Travis Steele's approach. He brought in a lot of young players, and Rob Senderoff doing that exact same strategy here. Also for Kent State, in their most recent game, they took down the Toledo Rockets on national TV. They won 87-84 against Toledo on the 16th, so about 4 days ago on CBS Sports Network. That was a game that Kent State had a 52-point second half, that they really rode that second half wave and crowd into their second win in a row. And they're trying to knock off Miami for the first time in 5 matchups. And let's turn things over to the RedHawks. Well, in their most recent game, probably their most exciting game of the season if you love offense, the RedHawks knocked off the Buffalo Bulls on Saturday, 105-102 in overtime. A game that was a roller coaster affair, a seesaw affair, however you want to put it. The RedHawks took everything from the Buffalo Bulls, and they got a last-second home victory against a very good offensive team in the Buffalo Bulls, scoring in the 100s, looking like an NBA score there. And the RedHawks improved and kept their undefeated season alive into today's contest. In that game as well, some big contributors. We saw Peter Suter score a season-high 37 points, including the game-winning shot. He also made 7 three-pointers. Antoine Woolfolk had a good game as well, 12 points and 11 rebounds, his first double-double of the season. Probably the biggest performer minus Suter was Luke Skowjak. He had also a double-double himself, but 18 points and 10 assists. The 10 assists, really impressive. Just the way he was able to distribute the rock and find open shooters, and that led to a lot of Miami opportunities at home. And Justin Kirby as well playing well. Played in 16 minutes in that one, so we saw really a full team effort in that RedHawks win, and it'll have to be another full team win tonight if the RedHawks want to knock off the Kent State Golden Flashes for the 5th time in a row. About 20 seconds before the national anthem, a little bit about this series. The RedHawks come in with a 96-60 series lead over Kent State. They've won 4 games in a row, and all 4 games have been really close. They've been decided by 9 points or less. And Miami's last game, they won 72-64 in the MAC tournament, in the MAC semifinals. And the last game here at the MAC Arena was on January 30th of 2025, so about a year ago, where the RedHawks knocked off the Kent State Golden Flashes by 9, 70-61. All that and more in just a little bit, but first we'll pause for the national anthem. My name is Andrew Relvas. Stay with us. We've got a good one here on RedHawk Radio. We'll pause from the MAC Center. It's Miami versus Kent State here on the road. Welcome back inside the MAC Center. Starting lineups have been announced by both coaches. First for Travis Steele's RedHawks in his 4th year. It is the standard starting 5 that we've seen recently. First, Ian Elmer, Antoine Woolfolk, Brant Byers, Luke Skowjak, and Peter Suter. The same starting lineup that we've seen since the Evan Ipsaro injury. And the RedHawks will look to carry that momentum and ride the wave here in hostile territory. Turning things over to the Kent State Golden Flashes in Rob Senderoff's 15th year, 19th overall. It is the standard starting lineup as well that they've relied on all year long. First, Sion Medley, Rob Whaley, Morgan Safford, Jahari Williamson, and lastly, Delrico Gillespie. A little on Gillespie here. He's coming in averaging 20 points and 13 rebounds a game. First for the rebounding, he is #1 in the nation in rebounding, averaging 13 rebounds, so he's the best rebounder in the country. He can do it all defensively as well. 2nd in the MAC in blocks, 4th in the MAC in field goal percentage, so he's a good offensive scorer, and 3rd in the MAC in points per game. So this is about as well-rounded of a player that you can ask for. And he's taken a big jump last year, averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds. He's ticked both of those numbers up, averaging 20 points and 13 rebounds. So he is their engine, and they certainly rode him in the last game against Toledo. He scored 29 points, many of them in the second half. 11 for 18 from the floor, 7 for 9 from the free throw line, and 13 rebounds. Coming into tonight, Gillespie has 16 double figures and 15 double-doubles, so he is a beast, to put it simply. And the Kent State Golden Flashes are going to need a lot of him tonight if they want to take down the undefeated Miami RedHawks. Another player to look out for Kent State, it's Sion Medley. Familiar face, certainly. He was there last year, second year at Kent State. Comes into tonight averaging 11, 2, and 7. Those 7 assists per game, the most in the MAC. So you got a talented forward in Delrico Gillespie, standing at 6'8", 230. And pair that with a talented guard in Sion Medley, who can really orchestrate it at about 7 assists per game. First of the MAC in that category. And for Sion Medley as well, averaging 10 assists in his last 4 games. So those are the 2 players to look out for the Kent State Golden Flashes. And turning it back to the RedHawks, well, it's no question that Peter Suter is going to need to be a distributor here for the RedHawks. Of course, not every game Peter Suter is going to score 37, but if he can get other individuals involved, like distributing the rock and feeding it to open shooters, I think the RedHawks will be in good shape. And I think the player to look out for in this one, it's going to be Brant Byers. We're going to see a big matchup, potential matchup of MAC Player of the Years between Gillespie and Byers, matching up in just a few minutes. And for Brant Byers, averaging 16, 4, and 1, standing at 6'8", 200. So Gillespie has the pounds on him, but Byers has got to be the guy. Expect to see some other forwards getting involved, especially inside the paint. Could see Almar Atlason and others, along with Antoine Woolfolk. But I think the key in this one is the RedHawks are going to have to swarm the paint. They're going to have to bring big bodies on the floor, and we'll see what happens tonight in just about a few minutes. Thanks again for joining us here on RedHawk Radio. Hope you're enjoying tonight's game here on the road. The RedHawks ranked in the AP Top 25 poll for the first time in 27 years, and they'll look to carry that lead into tonight's game. Settle in, folks. We've got one of the best MAC matchups of the year on tap here tonight. For Kent State as well, they're looking for their first win against a ranked team since 2003, so 23 years. They won at St. Mary's, the number 23 ranked St. Mary's Gales. They'll try and knock off a conference foe in the RedHawks. And they last hosted a ranked Buffalo Bulls team in 2019. The RedHawks are wearing their road reds with Miami white across the chest, the white shorts and the red shorts and the white stripes. Meanwhile, Kent State Golden Flashes wearing their whites. The tip is up, won by Gillespie, and we're underway. Kent State moving from left to right, and we are off to go inside the MAC Center. All Kent State fans on their feet. Sion Medley will try a right wing 3, hit back heel on the near side, and Brant Byers hunts it down for the first miss of the night. Hands off close to Luke Skaljak, trying to get away from Rob Whaley. He'll pass a bouncer up top to Peter Suter, and Suter will drive inside against Gillespie. Gets some space inside the paint, fades away, and sinks the jumper, and the RedHawks lead 2-0 here in the first. Really good start for Miami, getting the stop and the score, plain and simple. Morgan Safford passes inside, out of reach of Rob Whaley's arms, and that's a turnover on Kent State. So back-to-back empty possessions for the Golden Flashes, and Miami will work it the other way. Peter Suter bounces on the right side, near half court to Luke Skaljak. Goes up top, straightaway 3. Elmer, he drills it. Ian Elmer, straightaway 3-pointer, nothing but net for him, and Miami leads 5-0 here in the first. 18:52 left to go on the high block. This is Rob Whaley. Ball's loose, stripped away by Suter, and the RedHawks are off to the races. They slowed up a little bit. Luke Skowjak on the left wing, driving inside, kicking out on the right wing over to Antoine Woolfolk, then goes back up top of the key, inside Skowjak, looking down low. He has Antoine Woolfolk, and Woolfolk finishes with the layup off the glass and in. Timeout, Kent State. What a start for the RedHawks, an auspicious opening here in Kent State. A 7-0 lead to open the game here in enemy territory, and Rob Senderoff says, let's talk things over. What a start for the RedHawks. They open things up, leading by 7, and with that, we will take our first break inside the Mac Center. Stay with us. You're listening to Miami men's basketball on RedHawk Radio. Couldn't have drawn it up perfect for Travis Steele. The RedHawks go a perfect 3 for 3, including a triple. They force a turnover, and it'll be Kent State basketball moving out of the timeout. They're working on the far baseline. It's Whaley bouncing a couple of times back to Medley, back to Whaley, back to Medley up top. He'll go on the high block over to Delrico Gillespie. Gillespie against Brant Byers, trying to get some space, twisting and spinning inside. Nice defense by Byers. Gillespie missed the shot, and the RedHawks are off to the races. Kick in the corner, Ian Elmer driving inside, curling down low in the paint, off the window and in. It's a 9-0 start for the RedHawks, working everything perfectly right there. Sion Medley tried to throw over the top. Peter Suter intercepts it. Here comes the RedHawks quickly the other way. The acrobatic layup missed the first time. Suter grabs the miss, and the RedHawks will reset. Straightaway three-pointer, Skowjak no, and the rebound is cleared by Delrico Gillespie. These two teams love to work it quick, but we'll see if Kent State can move it a little bit slower here. 9-0 lead for the RedHawks, 17:30 left to go in the first. Free throw jumper for Gillespie. He gets the friendly roll, and the Kent State Golden Flashes are on the board. It's 9-2, 17:20 left to go in the first. Kent State fans now finally taking a seat. Pick and roll, Antoine Woolfolk throws it down with the right hand. Beautiful feed on the pick and roll. Skowjak to Antoine Woolfolk. Back the other way, Rob Whaley throws a big slam. Back-to-back dunks, and it's 4-11 Miami over Kent State. So both offenses in a groove here. Antoine Woolfolk hands off, right wing three. Elmer did not get the friendly roll. Rob Whaley sitting underneath there, gets the rebound, and Kent State will work it the other way. Morgan Safford on the near side. They work it around top of the key. Rob Whaley, straightaway three-pointer against Antoine Woolfolk. It banks home, and Kent State gets within 4. 5 straight points from Rob Whaley, the UNLV transfer, and Miami's lead is cut to 4. Working inside the paint, Peter Suter kicks up top. Brant Byers driving on the left side. It's a mismatch. Goes up for the shot. Wanted the foul, blocked by Whaley, and Kent State gets a stop. Kent State basketball on the near side. 16 minutes left to go, nearing immediate timeout. Rob Whaley working inside, out of bounds off of him. Nice hands by Brant Byers to stick that one out of bounds, and it'll go all the way back to the RedHawks. And we will enter our first immediate timeout. Well, first for Miami, shooting 5 for 9, a little bit slower of a start after that timeout adjustment. And we will see if they can turn things back offensively here in the Mac Center. It's 11-7 RedHawks over the Golden Flashes. We'll be back in a moment here in Kent. Back from our media timeout. Thanks again for tuning in and spending your Tuesday evening with us. Frigid temperatures across the state, but these two offenses have started out red hot here in Kent, Ohio. The RedHawks lead 11-7. It'll be Miami basketball moving from right to left. Miami opened up the game on a 9-0 run, but Kent State followed that up with a 7-2 run. So these two teams settling in offensively, and we expect nothing less between two MAC powerhouses. Peter Suter on the left wing gets a pass from Skowjak over to Almar Atlason, left wing three. He drills it. Second three-pointer of the night for the RedHawks. They lead 14-7 here in the first. 15:38 left to go. Sion Medley on the right side against Brant Byers. He'll try a step-back three, and it rims off. Ian Elmer was there for the rebound, but it was last touched by him, and Morgan Safford wanted to make sure it was off of him, so he essentially punched it right off of his knee out of bounds on the baseline. So it'll stay with the Golden Flashes as Whaley checks out. For the RedHawks, it's Atlason, Kirby, Byers, Skowjak, and Elmer. Bad pass on the right side, nearly taken away by the RedHawks, but kept in bounds, working down low. Here is Rayvon Griffith. Three RedHawks are there. They get the stop on the layup, and Miami moves it down the court quickly. Corkscrewing inside, Ian Elmer puts up a shot off the glass and in, counted and one. Ian Elmer, the Cincinnati kid, makes it count, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play. The RedHawks lead 16-7, 15 minutes left to go in the first. And here is Ian Elmer, averaging 10, 6, and 1. He's seen his scoring numbers tick up, especially in conference play. He makes the free throw, and the RedHawks lead 17-7 here in the first. Miami so far 2 for 4 from deep. They try and keep this offense moving hot. Delrico Gillespie on the far elbow, kicks in the corner. Here you see on Medley. He'll slither inside, fadeaway jumper over the top of Kirby, no. And the rebound is cleared by Skowjak. Full court pass to Brant Byers, who coasts inside with the right-handed layup. And the RedHawks increase their lead to 12. 19-7 here in the first. On the far side, here's Morgan Safford against Ian Elmer. He missed everything there. Great defense by Elmer. And it's Miami basketball again. Luke Skowjak snares the rebound. On the right wing, he'll give it over to Almar Atlason. Atlason going inside against Quinn Wadke. Bouncer inside. Beautiful feed from Skowjak inside the free throw line. And Justin Kirby gets the layup off the window and in to count. And the RedHawks will force another Kent State timeout, leading 21-7. So another big run by the RedHawks will take us into another media timeout. 14:03 left to go on the RedHawks, leading by 14. Football score to start out here on the road. And with that, we'll be right back here from the MAC Center. So after a 9-0 run to start, the RedHawks answer right back with a 10-0 run of their own as they lead 21-7 here in enemy territory. Really good crowd here in the MAC Center. It's a sellout. We got both Miami and Kent State fans, but obviously Kent State has the large majority of fans here. Golden Flashes trailing by 14. It's Sion Medley up top. Gives over Rob Whaley, the UNLV transfer. Back to Medley. Fadeaway jumper on the far elbow. Missed it, but Rob Whaley is underneath, grabs the miss, and gets fouled. So he will go to the line. It was fouled on, looked like Luke Skowjak, but it might have been Peter Suter. actually going to be an Atlason, so it'll be a couple of free throws for Rob Whaley, the UNLV Rebels transfer, averaging 11, 4, and 2. Comes in as a 68% free throw shooter. And he missed the first free throw. In the game against Toledo, he fouled out, played in 19 minutes, 10 points and 6 rebounds. Now we see Trey Perry coming in, the Miami starting 5. It's Byers, Kirby, Atlason, Suter, and Perry. For Kent State, it is Williamson, Weidke, Safford, Whaley, and Griffith. And he gets the second free throw. So that cuts the Miami lead to 13. He splits the trip. RedHawks basketball. And now we got a stoppage. Looks like we got a wet spot on the far baseline. On the left side of the basket. And now we're going to see Brant Byers coming out. And looks like Antoine Woolfolk will check back in. So Byers will get a break. And we'll see what the RedHawks can do here. It'll be Miami basketball on the far sideline, leading 21-8. So far for the RedHawks, really good start offensively, well on the pace that they had in their last game where they scored over 100. And we'll see if this Kent State defense can tighten a little bit. Perry on the inbound, goes over to Suter. Up top, Antoine Woolfolk fakes out everybody, puts up a shot, missed it, grabs his own miss underneath the basket. He's blocked by Whaley. The RedHawks keep it alive. Kicking out up top, it's Peter Suter. Driving inside, he was fouled by Weidke. And Morgan Safford wraps up Suter quickly. Suter bounces over to Trey Perry, looking for a screen. Perry driving on the left side, can't find room. Gives up top, Antoine Woolfolk. Quick pass over, Peter Suter. He'll try an awkward three and misses off the left side. And the rebound is cleared by Rayvon Griffith. Golden Flashes get the stop, trying to get the score. Near corner three-pointer, Morgan Safford right in front of his former team's bench. He drills it. And the lead is cut to 10. 21-11, 12:47 left to go in the first. Looking for the screen on the left side. Peter Suter gives over Almar Atlason. Perry back over Suter on the edge of the half-court logo. Suter on the left side, trying to back down Griffith, working inside the paint. Lost the basketball. Ball's loose on the floor. Griffith drives on it, and it's going to be a jump ball. Coach Steele not happy about that. Wanted the foul as Suter was knocked to the floor. It'll be a jump ball, and it'll stay with the RedHawks with the possession arrow staying their way. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, so it's got to be a quick trip here for the RedHawks. Equipment staff still tending to a wet spot on the same spot that it was kind of patched up with a little bit earlier. So 10-point lead for the RedHawks, 21-11, 12:27 left to go in the first. Almost halfway home in this opening period. Deep three on the left side for Suter, missed on the left rim. And that's going to be a shot clock turnover. RedHawks not happy about that possession, but they've got to put their heads down and move to the defensive side of the ball now. Coach Steele talking with one of the officials there. Still barking at him. And it'll be Kent State basketball. Whaley up top over to Quinn Weidke. Draws the double team near half court. He's in a trap. Narrowly passes on the right side to Safford, over to Rob Whaley on the low block. Whaley against Woolfolk. Who's going to win this battle? Whaley inside, gets the foul. Woolfolk not happy about that one either. Getting a little chippy inside the Mac Center. And that'll be 2 more free throws coming up for the UNLV transfer in Rob Whaley. 21-11 is our score. And with that, we will take a break here in Kent, Ohio. Be back in a moment here on Red Hawk Radio. Back from our break. A little under 12 minutes left to go in the first half, with Miami leading 21-11. The Kent State Golden Flashes trying to get their first home win against Miami in 5 years. RedHawks have won the last 4 games against Kent State, and now we'll see Rob Whaley at the free throw line for the second time tonight. Whaley so far the leading scorer for Kent State, 6 points, and now he's got his 7th as he sinks his second free throw. Whaley also played at College of Southern Idaho a couple of years out on the west side of the nation. He was a top 10 JUCO player, and he makes the second free throw. Cuts Miami's lead to 8. 21-13 is our score here in the first. Miami basketball moving from right to left. Luke Skowjak on the right side, bounces close to Peter Suter, feed inside, a bouncer. That was last touched by Morgan Safford inside of the paint, looking for Almar Atlason, and it'll stay with the RedHawks. On the baseline, it's Skowjak. Goes up top. Almar Atlason over to Ian Elmer. Elmer finds him moving. Luke Skowjak looking for some space. Defended by Whaley. Here's Atlason against the freshman Weidke. Missed the layup. Second chance opportunity from Byers, no, and it was tipped out of bounds off of Suter, trying to keep it alive. And the RedHawks will come up with another empty possession. No Delrico Gillespie on the court. Right now it's been the Rob Whaley show. Transition three-pointer was offline from Weidke, and Griffith throws it down, gets the house on their feet here. That cuts the Miami lead to 6. RedHawks working it on the opposite side. Almar Atlason puts up a shot. He was fouled by Rob Whaley. The home faithful not going to like that call. And Atlason, the Icelander, will go to the free throw line. So that is the third foul on Kent State. A foul on Whaley, Griffith, and Weidke. 2 fouls on Woolfolk and 1 on Atlason. And here's Almar at the free throw line. He makes the first free throw. Atlason, the Bradley Braves transfer, tongue twister. Spent a couple of years in Illinois, makes the first free throw. And the second free throw hit back heel, and the rebound is snared by Rob Whaley. So Atlason goes 1 for 2 on the trip. The RedHawks lead 22-15. Here's Weidke, the freshman on the right wing. Goes on the opposite side, passes intercepted by Brant Byers, and the RedHawks work it slowly the other way. Luke Skowjak over to Ian Elmer. Goes up top, Almar Atlason. Hands off to a moving Skowjak, top of the key. Finds a wide open Peter Suter, passes on the right wing, Ian Elmer, and he drills the three-pointer. Wide open, beautiful feed, Suter to Elmer. And the RedHawks increase their lead to 10. It's 25-15 here in the first. 10:20 left to go in the opening period. Safford nearly lost the basketball, nearly tripped, but he will take it slow and reset. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Quinn Weidke up top, over to Morgan Safford, the former RedHawk, and this will be a charge as he mows down Luke Skowjak outside of the restricted area. Perfectly done there by Skowjak, set his feet, and he forces the charge on Safford. And now we'll see Delrico Gillespie coming back in. Gillespie so far only 6 minutes. So he's been out for a good majority of the game. He will come back in and try and make an impact. 10-point lead for the RedHawks. Working inside, Peter Suter put up a shot. He was fouled. The Kent State fans want the block, but doesn't look like they're going to get it. And this is going to be on Rayvon Griffith. So a slithering Peter Suter will get the free throws. Suter, in his last game, 4 for 7 from the line in a 37-point showing. Makes the first free throw. The RedHawks in their last game missed 10 free throws. They made their free throws earlier. They likely weren't going to overtime, but so far tonight, a much better start as he misses that one. Spoke too prematurely there. RedHawks split the trip. They go 1 for 2 again. And the RedHawks lead 26-15. 11-point lead for Miami on the low block. Whaley against Atlason, driving inside, looking for some space. Whaley puts up the shot off the glass and in. Atlason, hands in the air in disbelief. Travis Steele is laughing on the sideline. That's another foul on Almar Atlason, and Rob Whaley is getting all he wants in the painted area tonight. That's the type of player he is. He's a bully down low. And he'll go to the line for the third time tonight. And he cannot get the friendly roll. So comes up short. 10 points for Whaley so far. Leading scorer for Kent State. It's 26-17. Brant Byers working down low. Lost his footing. Lost the ball as well. And it's an odd man rush for the Golden Flashes. Quinn Weidke layup was blocked out of bounds by Suter. And it's last touched by Weidke. What a play by Peter Suter in midair, making a nice defensive adjustment. And he gives the RedHawks the ball right back. So on the 4-on-5, the RedHawks don't get punished, and it's back to Miami. 11-point lead for the RedHawks. Their largest of the night was 14. Ian Elmer, the leading scorer for both sides, has it. Working top of the key, going on the right side. Hands up top to Skowjak. Almar Atlason wide open from 3. He can't get it to go on the near straightaway. Out Peter Suter puts up a shot off the window and in. Counted and one. He got the jumping Delrico Gillespie in midair, took advantage, and he'll go back to the line. 28-17 Miami. And now we see Tyler Robbins coming back in, so the RedHawks will bring the size in. And Suter goes back to the free throw line, shooting 3 for 5 so far with the RedHawks. And Suter makes the free throw. So the RedHawks lead by 12, 29-17, approaching another media timeout. And here come the Golden Flashes, trailing by 12. Trying to get the offense working here. It's Morgan Safford on the right wing. Goes over Medley, back over Williamson. He'll feed near the free throw line. A free throw jumper for Gillespie. It bottoms in, and that cuts the Miami lead to 10. Fourth point of the night for Gillespie. 8:19 left to go, and a quick foul the other way on Jahari Williamson, as Skowjak was trying to drive it in. And now that's the 7th team foul, so the RedHawks are going to be in the bonus the rest of the period. 8:19 left to go. Honestly, a good time to be in the bonus. And here's Skowjak at the free throw line for a pair. Makes the first free throw. Should have said for the +1, but he gets the free throw to go, and the lead is 30-19. Second free throw coming for him from the left hand is good, and it's 31-19 Miami. So lead back up to 12. 8 minutes and change left to go in the first. Sion Medley driving inside over the top of Robbins. Great defense by the RedHawks, pinballing around, and Ian Elmer gets the rebound. Goes short to Trey Perry, looking for some space. Goes over Kirby on the left wing, driving inside. The freshman trying to make a nice play, and he does. A beautiful bounce pass, finding a wide open Trey Perry off the window and in, and the RedHawks lead by 14. Inside, here's Williamson. Rose up for a shot, and he was fouled by Robbins. And that'll take us to immediate timeout. 7:49 left to go in the first. The RedHawks leading by 14, tied for their largest of the night. And with that, we'll be right back inside the Mac Center. Stay with us on Red Hawk Radio. $7:49 left to go in the first half. The RedHawks have tied their biggest lead of the game as they look to improve to 20-0 and 8-0 in the MAC. And they're looking to surpass the 1975-76 Western Michigan Broncos for the best start in MAC history. But Williamson will go to the free throw line. That's the 5th on the RedHawks. And here is Williamson at the free throw line. And he makes the first one. Williamson, a transfer from Niagara. 88% free throw shooter, and he shows it there, making both free throws. 33-21, RedHawks lead. Trey Perry working up top, looking for a screen and some space, won't get it. He'll bounce on the high block to Robbins, and we got a foul. Foul underneath the basket, looks like it's on, or no, this is gonna be a turnover on the RedHawks. It'll be a offensive foul on Ian Elmer. So that will turn it over back to the Golden Flashes. So good possession for the home team here, as they try and dig into this lead a little bit. Sion Medley up top over to Delrico Gillespie. Working on the right elbow against Brant Byers, potential MAC player against MAC player of the year. Up top, this is a straightaway three-pointer from Medley. Nylon for him, and the lead is cut to 9, 33-24. RedHawks over the Flashes. Third three-pointer of the night for Kent State. Skowjak on the right elbow, lost the basketball, and this is going to be a jump ball. And it'll be possession Kent State. So the sticky hands there from Sion Medley forces the turnover, and it's Kent State basketball. Last 4 games between these two teams have all been decided by 9 points or less. So we expect another similar type of matchup here. 9-point game right now, as the Golden Flashes have cut into single digits. It's Sion Medley on the right wing, and he sails this pass out of bounds. He was searching for number 11, Desmond Briscoe, who came off of the bench in the last game against Toledo. And that's another turnover on Kent State. 6th turnover of the night for the Golden Flashes. It's a problem that Rob Senderoff has been preaching to his team, but that's one of their weaknesses. They turn the ball over a fair amount, especially in MAC play. It's a screen from Robbins up top. Peter Suter working against Gillespie. Fadeaway jumper is nothing but net from Peter Suter. Shakes that one off, and the RedHawks extend the lead to 11, 35-24 in the first. Briscoe over to Williamson, lost the basketball, retakes it, free throw jumper for him. He drills it, and the lead is cut to 9, 35-26, 6 minutes left to go in the first. Both offenses have resumed firing. Inside here's Byers, puts up a shot, drives in the lane, and he was fouled. So that is the 8th foul on Kent State here. And Byers will go to the free throw line. Leading scorer for the RedHawks, it's Ian Elmer, but Suter has 8. And now we see Wolfolk checking in for checking in for Tyler Robbins. Wolfolk, the birthday boy, trying to get a birthday win on the road here. Byers so far 2 points. Hasn't been involved a ton offensively, but he has done a good job of keeping Gillespie relatively quiet. Only 4 points for him. And Byers makes the first free throw. Foul as well was on Desmond Briscoe. And the second free throw is good from Byers. Miami extends the lead to 11, 37-26. Miami so far shooting 6 for 8 from the free throw line and 3 for 8 from the three-point line. Whaley's back in, working on the right wing. Goes on the far elbow to Safford, defended by Elmer. Safford going over the top with the left arm. Missed the layup, but it was last touched by Elmer and will stay with Kent State. Nice defense by Elmer. Safford so far 1 for 3. The former Miami RedHawk 3 years ago. So this is a revenge game for him. Safford as well. He's been kind of injury prone. He missed most of last season, but he's healthy this year and making a big impact for Kent State. Left wing three, it's Safford. Hit off the left rim. The rebound from Gillespie is a good one. He drew a foul, and that will be Miami's 7th. So both teams will be in the bonus here. And that'll be a foul on Byers. Good news for the RedHawks, though. 7 fouls with 2 on Woolfolk and 2 on Atlason. Read that wrong. 8 fouls, but 7 different players for Kent State have fouls. So Gillespie's at the free throw line, and he makes the first free throw. Gillespie, 29 points and 13 rebounds, a double-double in his last game. Cousins with Rob Whaley. And the second free throw is good for Gillespie. And it's back to an 9-point game. 9-point lead for Miami on the road. Byers tried to throw this one off of the leg of Sion Medley, and it eventually finds its way out of bounds. So it'll be Miami basketball, 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Ian Elmer, the inbound, with Whaley defending, jumping up top. Passes near half court to Luke Skowjak. Skowjak searching for space, kicks in the corner. Suter for 3. Missed off on the right side, and the rebound is snared by Delrico Gillespie. Here come the racing flashes. Sion Medley finds a wide open Williamson for 3. Hit back heel, and the rebound is cleared by Safford. Back to Medley. Inside, circling around, back to Safford on the elbow. Safford against Suter in the paint. Lefty layup is good over the top of Suter. And Kent State cuts the lead to 7. Momentum swinging Kent State's way. Miami trying to bring it right back. Suter on the right wing, driving, kicks out. Skowjak, left wing 3. He answers, and Miami extends the lead to 10. 40-30, the RedHawks lead. 4:20 left to go in the first. Skowjak's 5th point of the night. Gillespie on the left elbow. Draws the double team from Woolfolk. He'll try a 3 on the near wing. He missed everything. And the Miami faithful letting them hear it right in front of them. And now this will be Miami basketball. Skowjak near half court, looking for some space. Gets it. Crafty move there. And he sinks the paint jumper. Got it on the left elbow. 12-point lead for the RedHawks again, working inside. And this is going to be a blocking foul on Skowjak. And now we'll go into a media timeout. 12-point lead for the RedHawks, 3:36 left to go. And with that, we will take a break inside the Mack Center. Looking good for the RedHawks, but we'll see if they can keep it up here on the road. 3:37 left to go here in the first half. Previous play was actually a foul on Skaljak, blocking foul on him. So it'll be free throws coming up for Kent State, trailing by 12. Thanks again for tuning in here on the road. My name is Andrew Relvas. Here live to see if the RedHawks can start out the season 20-0. And this will be Sion Medley at the free throw line. Second year at Kent State for Medley, and he makes the first free throw. 11 points and 9 assists for him in his last game against Toledo, averaging 10 assists in his last 4 games. And the second free throw is good for Medley, and the lead is cut to 10. 42-32, 3.5 left to go in the first. Miami trying to build some momentum heading into the half break. Atlason goes over to Suter, drives in from the right wing, has Atlason up top, goes on the left wing to Byers, defended by Medley. Byers kicks in the corner. Kirby, shot clock winding down, got to throw something up. Byers lost his man, but he misses the free throw. Rather, that was Whaley who's lost his shoe. Empty possession for Miami, and now Kent State will try and answer. Sion Medley circles back up top, over to Whaley, back to Weidke, over to Medley. Red Hawk on the floor, and it looks like this is against Safford, and it will be. And they're gonna bring this to a review. Happened pretty quick. It brought Byers down. Christian Smith, the Miami assistant coach, not happy about that call. And they will review this one. The foul will be Safford's second if it's gonna stand. And we will wait and see. Well, here are the shooting percentages. First for Miami, 15 for 28, 54%. 4 for 11 from deep, and 8 for 10 from the free throw line. I think the free throw shooting is much better than last game. They left a lot of points off the board, but tonight, 8 for 10, much better. And they have really taken care of the ball well tonight. Only 3 turnovers as well. So number one, you're shooting the free throw shots well, and number 2, you're taking care of possession. That really makes things tough for opposing teams. And meanwhile for Kent State, 9 for 11 from the free throw line, but 8 turnovers. That has really plagued them this season, and that's one of the reasons why they're trailing by 10. RedHawks back on the floor. It is Kirby, Skaljak, Suter, Elmer, and Atlason. And this is going to be a foul on Safford. So 8th foul, or rather 9th foul of the night for Kent State to Miami's 8. And it'll be the Red and Whites basketball. Moving from right to left. 10-point lead for the RedHawks. 42-32, 2:45 left to go in the first. Skaljak hounded by Medley. Shakes off Gillespie. He dropped him, but he can't get the three-pointer to go. And we got a foul on the floor. Kent State not happy about that at all. It was Atlason who, it looked like it might have been a loose ball foul on Miami. Instead, they'll rule this on Whaley. And that'll be Miami free throws for Almar Atlason. So here's Atlason at the line. RedHawks in the double bonus, and he makes the first free throw. Atlason, 4 points so far. And the Icelander can't get the friendly roll, went halfway home, in and out. And the lead is 11 for Miami. Sion Medley knifing inside, has Whaley on the near elbow. Gets double teamed. Whaley over the top with the right hand. Off the glass and in, it's good. Whaley up to 12. And he cuts Miami's lead to 9 again. Whaley's been really effective in the paint. 3 for 3 from the floor, or rather 4 for 4. And 3 for 5 from the free throw line, along with a three-pointer. And now we see Robbins checking in for Atlason. RedHawks trying to extend the lead to double digits, leading 43-34. Peter Suter, top of the key, working against Gillespie. Suter over to Kirby, left wing three, puts it in. Nearly got the foul, but Justin Kirby gets a big three-pointer, and Miami leads by 12, 46-34. 1:54 left to go in the first. Here's Widekey over to Gillespie. Medley waving everybody off. Here is Whaley, nearly turn it over. Widekey in the corner for 3, no. And 2 RedHawks are there to clear the rebound. 12-point lead for the RedHawks. In transition, Skowjak thought about a 3. Far elbow jumper, Skowjak rolled off, and this will be a loose ball foul on Robbins, who's unhappy about that result. RedHawks have made 5 3-pointers. Miami coming into tonight the #1 3-point shooting team in the country, shooting 39% so far. 5 for 13, and here is Rob Whaley at the free throw line for 2 more. He actually missed it, and it'll be Miami basketball. 9 fouls on the RedHawks as they lead by 12. Skowjak on the left wing looking for a screen. Goes up top, Byers. Bounce on the left side for Skowjak, shot clock at 10. Beautiful feed inside, Skowjak to Suter, inside the paint, off the window and in. On the right side, the RedHawks lead 48-34 here in the first. Back the other way, here comes Kent State attacking. The three-pointer falls up short from Griffith, but the rebound goes back to Kent State. Quinn Widekey near half court. Widekey over the top of Gillespie, floated it close to Miami bench, and it went off of his left hand, and now Gillespie and Widekey exchanging messages there, not happy about that. That's the 9th turnover on Kent State, so they've got to be better with the basketball. Miami's making them pay here. 14-point lead for the RedHawks, looking for their biggest of the night. Skowjak inside, kicks out. Elmer left wing 3, missed off the left rim, and Widekey gets the rebound, but Robbins is looming nearby. Shot clock is dark. It'll be the final possession of the first half. Kent State looking to end the half with a bang. It's Sion Medley up top. Clock at 10. Medley inside. 3 RedHawks are there. Medley shot is blocked by Robbins. RedHawks have it. Got to move quickly. Skowjak at the buzzer. Hit off the top of the window. No good. And that will do it for the first 20 minutes. But what a start for the RedHawks on the road, leading 48-34 in hostile territory. They're playing like they're at home right now, taking advantage of the turnover battle and really forcing a lot of empty possessions for Kent State that have frustrated Gillespie and company here in the Mack Center. For Miami leading 48-34 after a fun first 20 minutes. The leading scorers for the RedHawks, it's Ian Elmer with 11 and 2 rebounds in 18 minutes. He's probably been the player of the game for Miami. Peter Suter has been really good as well. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. I'll probably change that. I think Suter's the player of the game for Miami in the first half. Miami shooting a perfect 50% from the floor, 17 for 34, 5 for 15 from the three-point line, and 9 for 12 from the free throw line. So a really good first half for the RedHawks. And they are trailing the rebounding battle by 5, but it hasn't really mattered. And for Kent State, leading scorer is Rob Whaley, 12 points, 7 rebounds for him. 4 for 4 from the floor, 3 for 6 from the free throw line, and 2 blocks. He's been Kent State's key contributor tonight. In terms of Delrico Gillespie, 6 points. He's been a little bit empty, 2 for 4 from the floor, 3 rebounds. But Miami has locked him up, and they will try and keep him like that in the second half. Kent State shooting 39% from the floor, 27% from 3 for 11. Some really highly contested looks from the RedHawks that have really forced them to take some difficult shots. Good news for Kent State, though, they are 9 for 12 from the free throw line and winning the rebounding battle 22-7. And another big downside for Kent State, they have turned the ball over 9 times to Miami's 3. So Miami forcing a lot of turnovers and a lot of empty possessions. It's been a really good first 20 minutes for Miami. Well, that's going to do it for me. I will take a quick break and be back in about 12 minutes or so for the rest of this one. You're listening to Miami versus Kent State on the road. The RedHawks trying to improve to 20-0 and stay undefeated in the 2025-26 season. We'll be back in just a little bit here on Red Hawk Radio. Back for half number 2 here on RedHawk Radio. My name is Andrew Relvas. Thank you for tuning in and spending your Tuesday night with us. The RedHawks, really amazing start on the road, leading 48-34. Couldn't have asked for a better start. 48 points, on pace close to 100 like they had in their last game, and they will look to keep this scorching offense on pace. They're ahead 48-34 after 20 exciting minutes, and they will look to take the next 20 with the same intensity as they are chasing history right now. They're number 1 chasing to stay undefeated. They'll be one of 3 undefeated teams left. Cincinnati plays Arizona tomorrow, and then Nebraska also has a game. So both the undefeateds play tomorrow. But tonight, the spotlight is on the undefeated RedHawks. As number 1, they try and stay undefeated, like I just mentioned. But number 2, they are looking to surpass the 75-76 Western Michigan Broncos for the best start in MAC history. So they're trying to be the best MAC team since the 75-76 Western Michigan Broncos and continue setting records on this magic carpet ride of a season for the RedHawks. RedHawks are searching for their 5th win in a row against Kent State, and for the Golden Flashes, they're looking for their first home win against Miami since the 2021 season. A lot of things and a lot of storylines on tap as well, as Kent State is looking to knock off a undefeated team for the first time in 23 years. They last beat St. Mary's in 2003. And it'll be Miami basketball moving from left to right. And we are officially underway for our second half. Settle back for second half action here inside the MAC Center. 14-point lead for the RedHawks. It's Luke Skowjak driving inside, fed away, free throw jumper. He drills it. Great opening for the RedHawks, and they extend the lead 50-34. 16-point lead for the RedHawks at the start of the second half. Sion Medley, bouncer inside for Safford. He'll waltz inside, puts up a shot. The reverse layup off the window and in, and it's good for Morgan Safford, the former RedHawk. Makes it count, and he will go to the free throw line, and in an instant we say Almar Atlason check in for Antoine Woolfolk, and that foul was Woolfolk's 3rd. And here's Safford at the line. He makes it, and Miami leads by 13. Suter orchestrating the offense near half court. 50-37, Miami lead. Up top, Peter Suter against Rico Gillespie. Goes over Byers on the far side, and back over to Suter. Here's Ian Elmer, deep 3 on the left wing. This one rimmed out, and Morgan Safford and Gillespie were right there to clear the rebound. 19 minutes left to go. Sion Medley up top. Williamson back to Medley, top of the key, over to Gillespie. Gillespie against Woolfolk, or rather Atlason. Nothing there, but inside is a wide open Rob Whaley Jr., who finishes over the top of Brant Byers for a pair, and the lead is cut to 11. Down the lane here is Skowjak in the paint. 2 Golden Flashes are there. Puts a reverse layup off the window and in. Over 2 Flashes, both Gillespie and Williamson. Can't believe it. A crafty finish there from Skowjak, the sophomore. And he'll go to the line for the 3-point play. 13-point lead for Miami, 52-39. And the free throw comes up short. Back the other way, here's Sion Medley. A little bouncer on the right elbow for Whaley. A transition 3 from Medley, no. Bounced around back to Whaley in the corner. Whaley against Atlason, draws the double. On the baseline, searching for space. almost forced the jump ball. Shot clock at 10. The RedHawks want the travel in the corner. Gillespie for three. He sinks it. And Kent State cuts the lead to 10. 18 minutes left to go. 2 have passed. Brent Byers on the wing, goes up top to Skowjak. Skowjak straightaway three-pointer, missed everything. And the Golden Flash faithful letting them hear it here in the Mac Center. (42-52) Miami leads. Kent State basketball, top of the key. It's Sion Medley over to Morgan Safford. In the left corner, he's wide open for three. Got a really good look, but just missed it in and out. Skowjak the rebound. Atlas in transition three-pointer, rimmed off on the left side, and Whaley skies for the rebound. Hands close to Sion Medley. Safford another three-pointer from the corner. He makes it. Safford answers right back. Gets another chance, makes Miami pay, and the lead is 7 for the RedHawks. 6 straight points for Kent State. Miami trying to silence the crowd. Here's Elmer, took a big hit from Whaley, cycles back up top. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. 52-45, Miami leads. Straightaway three-pointer, Suter, he silences the Kent State crowd. That's a long two, and the lead is cut to 9. 54-45, RedHawks over the Flashes in the second. Inside, here is Gillespie, off the window and in, counted and one. Got 2 RedHawks in his vicinity, makes Miami pay, and he will go to the line for the free throw. That'll be on Atlason, and that is his third, and that will take us to a timeout by Travis Steele. Trying to pump up the Miami faithful, and with that, we'll take a timeout. 7-point lead for the RedHawks, but the Golden Flashes are getting back into this one here at home. We'll be back in a moment here on Red Hawk Radio. Back from the timeout, Miami leading 54-47, but the momentum going back the way of Kent State. They're outscoring Miami 13-6 in the second half with a free throw from Rico Gillespie as Kent State likes to call him that. And he'll go to the line with 11 points, searching for 12th and trying to minimize this Miami lead to 6. Kent State 10 for 13 from the free throw line. And Gillespie gets the friendly roll on the right side. So Miami's lead is cut to 6. And Kent State, their fans trying to make Miami hear it. Suter on the right wing, has Skowjak, feeds in the corner. Beautiful pass inside. Skowjak from the corner to Peter Suter, off the window and in. And Miami extends the lead to 8. 16-12 left to go the other way. This is Sion Medley. Gets an easy layup in the paint. And it's back to a 6-point advantage for Miami. Here's Almar Atlason, pass nearly tipped. Kicks over to the wing to Elmer, as Elmer was looking in the corner for Byers, but it was pushed out of bounds by Sion Medley. So stay with the RedHawks. It's Elmer over to Skowjak near half court. Skowjak against Medley, point guard against point guard. Skowjak up top straight away. Peter Suter inside has Almar Atlason, and this will be a foul inside. It looked like on Rob Whaley. They'll call us on Sion Medley, and Medley has now 2. The RedHawks will get a fresh 20 as they try and build on their 6-point lead. Pass from Skowjak over to Atlason, back to Atlason, right wing 3. He missed everything. Atlason airballs a 3-pointer. Turnover Miami. Full house inside the Mac Center tonight. Every seat is taken. Good Miami showing, but it is dominated easily by Kent State. 6-point lead for the RedHawks. It's Whaley on the right elbow, drives Atlason inside, and this will be a foul on Atlason. So another foul on Almar, who is now up to 4 fouls. And now we'll see Antoine Woolfolk come back in. So this is growing into a problem for Miami, as both of their top forwards have 3+ fouls. Antoine Woolfolk has 3. Atlason has 4. Inside, here's Whaley. Nice defense by Woolfolk. Grabs his own miss, cleans it off the glass and in. And it's 52-56 Miami. 4-point lead for the RedHawks. Antoine Woolfolk lost the basketball. Tipped out of bounds by Safford. It'll stay with Miami. Kent State outscoring Miami 16-8 here in the second. Momentum is all Kent State's way. On the inbound, Skowjak up top. It's Peter Suter looking for a screen from Woolfolk. Won't get it. Cycles back over Ian Elmer. Driving inside, and this will be a foul on Rob Whaley. Foul number 2 on Whaley. Stops the clock at 14:55 in the second. Skowjak on the near baseline, finds Suter on the far corner. Goes up top, Ian Elmer near half court. Elmer looking for some space. Hands closely to Skowjak. He'll slither inside, kick in the corner. Woolfolk for 3. It's good. Antoine Woolfolk, a big 3-pointer, gives the RedHawks some much-needed offense, and he builds this Miami lead to 7, 59-52 in the second. And a foul the other way, as this one is going to be on Sion Medley. Rather foul on Suter. Inside, Whaley backing down Woolfolk. Woolfolk's got 3 fouls. He can't really do much there, and Whaley finishes over the top. 18 points for Whaley, leading all scorers. Suter on the near elbow. 5-point lead for Miami. Antoine Woolfolk lost the ball. Bodies flying everywhere. Kent State comes up with it. Safford was there close to it, and it was last touched by Peter Suter. So bodies flying everywhere, everyone sacrificing their bodies on the line, and that'll be a turnover on the RedHawks. 4th turnover of the night for Miami. Kent State shooting 8 for 11 from the floor in the second half. Similar start to the last game where Kent State scored 52 points in their win against Toledo. Bounce inside, here is Whaley, who gets a big jump from Brant Byers, and he finishes with the one-handed flush. Filthy flush with the left hand. Cuts Miami's lead to 3, and everybody here in the Mac Center is on their feet. 59-56, Miami leads. Straightaway three-pointer. Elmer rims off. Whaley gets the board, and Kent State can tie it with a 3. Medley over the top. In comes the flying Byers, and he tips this one out of bounds. Nice play by Byers on the opposite end. Whaley has been a machine tonight. 20 points, 8 for 9 from the floor, and 10 rebounds. Make it 11 now. Kent State ball. He'll try a right wing 3. It drills home, and we are tied inside the Mac Center. What a start for Kent State, outscoring Miami 25-11 here in the second half. And now we got a foul on Delrico Gillespie. So that'll stop the clock at 13:20, and Justin Kirby will come back in. RedHawks are being tested right now, and they will try and respond with an answer. 7-0 run for Kent State in the last minute 30. Miami basketball trying to retake the lead. Skowjak on the far corner. Antoine Woolfolk against Delrico Gillespie, backing him down on the far elbow. Antoine Woolfolk inside the paint, misses the layup, but we got a foul on the floor. This will be on Safford on his way up. And this will be, I believe, a shooting foul. Sion Medley and both Morgan Safford pleading their cases. Safford now retreating over to his head coach, Rob Senderoff. And now they're gonna put this to a review. So we will go to a review, and with that, we'll take a break. Kent State giving Miami all they can handle for inside the Mac Center tonight. We're tied 59-59. Perfect response by Kent State. And we'll be back in a moment here on Red Hawk Radio. Back from our timeout. Good news for the RedHawks in a tie game. This is familiar territory. We've seen all season long Miami come back from deficits. We've seen them be tied in games, especially late. And every single game they've been able to answer the call and eventually find a way to get a win, but tonight might be the toughest in a complete sellout here in the Mac Center, with Miami in a little bit of a dry spell in the second half. They're getting outscored 25-13 by Kent State. Kent State a really good 77% to open up the second. And even better news for Kent State, 4 fouls on Atlason on the bigger body, 3 fouls on Antoine Woolfolk. So that's likely gonna mean we're gonna really have to start seeing Tyler Robbins getting involved, but it's still relatively early in the half that you can kind of play things by ear, and we'll see what head coach Travis Steele wants to do. RedHawks opening up the second half, 6 for 11 from the floor, and a pitiful 1 for 6 from deep, and 4 personal fouls. So the RedHawks, they need to clean it up if they want to come out of here with a win. And we'll see what Travis Steele's squad can do. So I had it wrong. I thought it was a foul, and instead it'll be basket interference, and it will stand as that. And now the score is 61-59. So it'll be points to Antoine Woolfolk, as Delrico Gillespie was getting close to the block, but they give Woolfolk the basket. 2-point lead for Miami, 12:53 left to go in the second. Here's Sion Medley on the right side, defended by Justin Kirby, searching for space. Medley driving inside, bouncer down low. This is off of Kirby's shoe, and it'll stay with Kent State. On the baseline here, Sion Medley searching for open flashes. And Medley turns it over right into the open arms of Byers. Off to the races, here comes Kirby, rises up. Beautiful feed from Suter. And those will be 2 free throws coming Kirby's way. Took a tough fall there. Foul on Delrico Gillespie, that'll be his 3rd. And now we see Trey Perry about to check in. 2 big free throws coming up for Kirby. Kirby from Fishers, Indiana, has taken a big leap as he makes the first free throw. The RedHawks lead 62-59. Taking a big leap after that Evan Ipsaro injury. Unfortunate that it happened so early in the season, but Kirby has responded well, and he's been playing well. Second free throw from Justin, he makes it, and Miami extends the lead to 4, 63-59. 6 points for Justin Kirby. Kent State ball on the far side. Rob Whaley inside over the top of Antoine Woolfolk. Again, he can't really play much defense since he has 3 fouls. And Whaley gets the layup to fall. 25 points for Rob Whaley, who is having himself quite a game. Already past the season high. And Peter Suter took a bump from Gillespie, and that's going to be his 4th. So the biggest weapon of the night for Kent State is now on his last legs. 4th foul. Williamson comes out, and Quinn Weidke will come back in. So now it kind of works out in Miami's favor. 2 forward weapons, both have 4 fouls. And now we'll see Gillespie check out and Griffith come back in. 2-point lead for the RedHawks. Trying to grow it. Perry on the inbound has Suter, goes over to Woolfolk. Woolfolk puts up a shot, gets the foul on Whaley. Hands in the air in disbelief. Reaction in agony there. Foul on Whaley, that'll be his 3rd. These fouls starting to pile up for Kent State, up to 6 in the half. And now Woolfolk will go to the charity stripe. Antoine Woolfolk, the former Rutgers Scarlet Knight, 12 points and 11 rebounds in his last game. And he misses the first free throw. The goal here is just to split the trip and give Miami a 3-point lead again. Woolfolk so far 9 points and 3 rebounds, searching for double figures. And Woolfolk drops in the free throw. 3-point lead for Miami. 12:03 left to go in the game. Sion Medley on the right side against Trey Perry, hounded by him. On the right wing, orchestrating the offense, searching for open bodies, gives it over wide key, back to Medley. Medley inside, passes intercepted by Byers inside the paint, and the RedHawks will slow it up. It's Suter up top against Whaley. Goes over on the near wing to Byers inside. Euro steps is Suter, kicking the corner. Perry for three, no. The rebound is snared by Kirby on the near side. Kick up top. Suter in the corner. Antoine Woolfolk thought about the three. He'll rise up. He'll kick in the opposite corner. Near side, Trey Perry. Long possession for the RedHawks, and they'll slow things up. 3-point lead for the RedHawks. It's Suter, a contested left wing three, no. And the rebound is cleared up top by Sion Medley. A lot of things happening for the RedHawks. Wide open is Sion Medley. He'll kick in the corner, but he drew the foul. I mean, a free throw lane opened all the way up. Sion Medley took full advantage and drew the foul as he rose up on the left side of the wing. That'll be a foul on Justin Kirby, his first, and with that, gets to a media timeout. 11:03 left to go, 3-point lead for the RedHawks, 64-61. You're listening to a good one between the Kent State Golden Flashes and the number 25 ranked Miami RedHawks, trying to stay undefeated. (64-61) Miami over Kent State. My name is Andrew Relvas. Thanks again for joining us here in the Mack Center. Appreciate you tuning in for a true road broadcast on RedHawk Radio, as it is Kent State basketball. Trailing by 3, 11:03 left to go. It'll be Sion Medley on the inbound on the far baseline. Feeds to Morgan Safford on the right wing. Safford glued against by Kirby. And we got a foul as both Suter and Kirby came together like a sandwich. And that'll be a foul on Peter Suter, his second. 6th foul on the RedHawks in the half. Now a pair of guards will check out. So it'll be Kirby, Woolfolk, Byers, Elmer, and Skowjak in for Miami. Rob Whaley inside. Whaley, free throw jumper, gets the roll off the rim and in. And the lead is cut to 1 for Miami. I mean, what a game for Rob Whaley, up to 27. 10:41, Woolfolk inside to Byers, and Byers will take the foul as he was falling down, put up a reverse layup shot. That foul on Quinn Weidke. 8th foul on Kent State, so RedHawks approaching the double bonus, in the bonus now, but getting closer and closer to that double bonus. Would love to take advantage from the free throw line, and unfortunately can't come up there as Byers misses the first free throw. The RedHawks are 3 for 6 in the second half with free throws. Here is the 7th, and Byers splits the trip. The RedHawks extend their lead to a pair. RedHawks leading by a couple, 10:33 left to go in the game. Up top, Rob Whaley again defended by Woolfolk in the corner. Weidke for 3, missed it wide left. Hard foul is Safford as he was fighting for the rebound. Brant Byers takes a hard foul, and both players are understandably shaken up. It was Rayvon Griffith, actually, who was fighting for the rebound. So it'll be free throws for Griffith as he tries to tie this one back up. Only had 1 tie tonight. And with 2 free throws, Griffith could get a second. And Griffith misses the free throw, but Whaley saves the possession. Down about the 3, Safford will try it on the far corner, missed it wide. Possession saved by Weidke in the far corner, falling down. And it'll be a new 24. The Flashes working quickly inside. Medley dashing down low. Beautiful move inside. A Euro step layup for Quinn Weidke. We're tied 65 all here in the second. Under 10 left to play. The RedHawks once again trying to retake the lead in hostile territory. Antoine Woolfolk on the high block. Goes over to Luke Skowjak. Skowjak finds a wide open Antoine Woolfolk for 3. Rimmed out. Tapped around, and we got a foul on the floor on Kent State. So another foul on the Golden Flashes, and that'll be foul number 9. And it looked like it's on Sion Medley, and it is. So here is Justin Kirby at the line again. Already 2 for 2 tonight. And his first free throw is pure. Miami shooting 1 for 9 from 3 in the second half. Just not good three-point shooting numbers tonight, and that has held them back. And the second free throw rims off. So now the next made basket for Kent State will be their first lead of the night, trying to make it true. Here is Sion Medley working underneath on the baseline. They kick out, right wing 3, Whaley. Too strong, hit on the left rim. And the RedHawks will rebound it the other way. 1-point lead for Miami. Trying to silence this crowd. Skowjak inside for Woolfolk. Ball is stripped. Woolfolk's hurt. Here comes the racing Flashes. And in comes the soaring Safford to throw it down for 2. And Kent State leads 67-66, their first lead of the night. 9 minutes left to go in the second. So now Kent State has landed a punch. We'll see if Miami can answer back. Ian Elmer driving inside, and he answers right back with a layup off the rim and in over the top of Sion Medley, and a timeout will be taken by Miami. Kent State had the lead briefly, but Ian Elmer took it right back, and the RedHawks lead 68-67 with 8:45 left to go in the second. And with that, we will take a break. We have a great game on tap tonight. Don't go anywhere between Miami and Kent State here on RedHawk Radio. Told you we were in for a good one when we started. All of the last 4 games have been decided by 9 points or less, and both the RedHawks and the Flashes trading blows here in the second half. Kent State basketball behind 68-67 at Sion Medley up top for Whaley. Over to Whitekey. Here's Morgan Safford inside, spinning inside, righty layup off the rim and in, swirls home. And it's 69-68, Kent State over Miami. Back and forth we go like the Buffalo game last Saturday for Miami. Free throw jumper, tough one for Elmer, and he answers the call. Big shot by Ian Elmer. He is up to 15, and Miami retakes the lead 70-69. 8 minutes left to go in the second. Sion Medley over to Whaley on the left side. Whitekey, the freshman, against Ian Elmer. Over to Morgan Safford, the former Red Hawk, and Wofford Terrier. Safford against Skowjak. Who's going to win the battle? Skowjak fouled Safford on his way up. Almost got the and one. And now looks like we're going to take a media timeout under 8 minutes. 7:40 left to go, and it'll be free throws for Morgan Safford, who comes into tonight averaging 14, 6, and 2. And he's having himself a really good game, 13 points and 5 rebounds. And with that, we will step away once again. Miami leads 70-69 here in the Mack Center. .740 left to go in the game, with free throws coming up for Morgan Safford. Miami trying to stay a perfect 20-0. And after recently getting ranked, they are being tested on the road tonight in a very hostile environment. A sellout here at the Mack Center of 6,327 fans in attendance at tonight's game. Every seat is full, and this is a really fun atmosphere. Foul was on Luke Skowjak. That'll be his second. And with Kent State trailing 69-70. Free throw in. One more would give them the lead right back. And Safford makes the first one, so we're tied again. Our third tie of the night. Miami led by 14 at the half, but ever since that point, they have outscored Miami 37-22. And now Kent State retakes the lead, 71-70, flashes over Miami. Ian Elmer on the right wing, goes up top. Peter Suter searching for some space, gets a screen from Woolfolk, drives on the right side, knifing his way inside. Suter inside, beautiful slither work, gets the layup off the rim and in. And Miami gets the lead right back, 72-71. 7 minutes left to go. Medley, right wing up top. Left wing three-pointer, it is Whitekey, and he hammers it home. Another three-pointer for the Flashes, their 7th of the night. 74-72 in response. Kirby, a three-pointer from the corner, missed everything. And now Kent State can slow it down a little bit. Biggest lead of the night for Kent State. Sion Medley up top. Whaley thought about the three. Whitekey, another three. Why not? And he makes it again. Back-to-back three-pointers from Quinn Whitekey. Timeout Miami. Everything is going Kent State's way right now. And the RedHawks are trailing by 5. Miami in a hole right now. And their toughest test yet. And an extremely loud zoo in the Mac Center. Well, we'll be back here in a little bit with Miami trailing by 5 points. You're listening to the Miami RedHawks on Red Hawk Radio. We'll be back in a moment. – 77-72 lead for Kent State, their largest of the game, in a 43-point second half so far, outscoring Miami by 19. And Kent State going for their first ranked win in 23 years. In really good shape right now, up 5, but it'll be Miami basketball trailing by 5. Largest test of the night, and the Mac Center crowd on their feet. Let's see what Miami can do here. Skowjak on the right side. Double team, goes up top straight away to Peter Suter. Suter driving inside against Safford. Reverse layup falls in for Peter Suter over the former Red Hawk Morgan Safford. And Miami cuts the lead 2-3, 77-74, 6 left in the second. Big bump by Woolfolk, and that'll be his 4th on Miami. Woolfolk bumped Sion Medley out of bounds, and now we'll see Almar Atlason come back in. So Atlason will come in, and a 1-and-1 will be shot by Sion Medley. Medley up to 7 points, and he makes the free throw. Second half for Kent State, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. And the second free throw rolls home. Back to a 5-point lead for the Flashes. Under 6 left to play, the RedHawks really got to get this offense moving here. 2-possession game, Ian Elmer against Rob Whaley on the left elbow. Back over Peter Suter, who will reset up top. Suter against Safford, kick in the corner, Elmer for 3. And he gets the friendly roll. It rolled around 10 times before it finally found the bottom. A huge three-pointer for Ian Elmer, who gets his 3rd of the night. And the lead is cut to 2, 79-77 in the second. Big-time 3 by Elmer. 1-possession game. Weidke lost his footing but recovers nicely. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Medley driving inside, and this is going to be a travel. Took one too many steps. Great plant work there by Peter Suter, and they force a turnover. Only 3 turnovers in this second half for Kent State. They've taken care of the ball nicely. 79-77, up top, left wing three-pointer, Brant Byers to take the lead. Yes, sir! Brant Byers answers the call, and Miami retakes the lead 80-79 here in the second. Back and forth we go in the Mack Center. Whaley against Atlason. Whaley inside, dropped up, no foul. Safford the rebound, swatted out of bounds by Ian Elmer. Huge defensive stop by Ian Elmer, flying inside and taking that one away from the former Red Hawk. The defense and intensity has picked up inside the Mack Center. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. The RedHawks hoping for another stop. 6-0 run by Miami. They have the lead again. 8 leads in this game. Sion Medley on the baseline, finds Williamson, far corner 3, hit back heel, the rebound goes back to Safford inside the paint, they kick out up top. Sion Medley, right wing 3, he makes it again. Another three-pointer for Kent State. They're 6 of the half, and it's back to a 2-point lead for the Flashes. Inside is Skowjak, missed it wide left, falling down, and the Flashes have numbers. Sion Medley, and this is going to be a foul on Suter. Suter's 3rd, and that will be free throws for Kent State. Kent State 6 for 7 from the free throw line in the second half. That's now the 10th foul on Miami, so the Flashes will be in the double bonus from here on out. Just outside of the media timeout, and Medley makes the first one. Up to 13 points. This is a big free throw coming up, pushes this to a 2-possession game, 83-80 over Miami. And Medley makes his second. 2 for 2 on the trip. The RedHawks trail 84-80. Another classic between Kent State and Miami here in Kent, Ohio. 4-point lead, 84-80. Kent over Miami. Inside, Elmer has Suter wide open. Couple of pump fakes. Fools Delrico Gillespie off the window and in. A huge layup for Suter. And the lead is cut to just a pair. 84-82 now. 3.5 left to go in the game. Sion Medley thought about the 3. Goes on the left side. Delrico Gillespie inside. Gets the hoop and harm, counted and one. And Gillespie will go to the free throw line. 4-point lead again for Kent State. They continue to answer. And Miami will take a timeout. Actually be in the media timeout. 3.5 left to go with Kent State up 4, trying to bring it to 5. And we will be right back inside the Mack Center. Stay with us for a fun finish inside the Mack Center between Kent State and Miami. Can Miami stay undefeated? Four-point lead for the Flashes as Delrico Gillespie will go to the free throw line. This is a 52-point barrage for Kent State in the second half. They had 52 points in the second half in their last game against Toledo, and they're looking good so far. Three-point play for Delrico Gillespie. 11th foul on Miami. And Gillespie gets the free throw. Kent State shooting an impressive 90%, 9 for 10 from the free throw line in the second half. 3.5 left to go. Miami trailing 87-82. It's Peter Suter on the right wing. Gives over up top. Ian Elmer against Rob Whaley. Over to Luke Skowjak, searching for some space. Finds Elmer in the corner. Elmer drives inside, spinning around. Corkscrew layup will get the foul as he falls down, and that will put the RedHawks in the double bonus. So that'll be foul number 4 on Rob Whaley Jr. And these are some big free throws coming up for Ian Elmer. Elmer is a 84% free throw shooter, but got to make them both here. And he comes up short on the first one. And now we see Antoine Woolfolk come back in. Second free throw for Elmer, and he makes it. So it's back to a 4-point game. But Kent State basketball, they can really make it tough for Miami here. 3 minutes left to go, 4-point lead. 87-83 Sion Medley, nearly out of bounds off of Saffer, but he saves it. Rob Whaley near the free throw line. Shot clock at 15. Whaley pump faking against Woolfolk. And this will be a turnover on Whaley. Woolfolk put him in a trap. And one too many steps there on Rob Whaley. Will give the ball back to the RedHawks. Another thriller between the RedHawks and the Golden Flashes. Feels like we have one every game. Last 4 games have been decided by 9 points or less between these two teams, and the same is true here. Miami basketball trailing by 4. Almar Atlason, deep 3 on the left wing, tapped out into the arms of Delrico Gillespie. Comes up short, and Brant Byers dives in full force to Sion Medley. That'll be Byers' third foul, and that'll send Sion Medley to the free throw line. Not really sure about the three-pointer there. That was a deep three from Atlason. Tough look. And the foul on Byers will bring Medley to the free throw line. And he missed the first one on the right side. So still stays a 4-point game. It'll stay a 2-possession game regardless of what happens here, unless there's a rebound. Second free throw is off. Medley misses them both. Let's see if Miami can make them pay here. Peter Suter, crossover up top, kicks up top, over to Brant Byers, and a foul on Jahari Williamson at the top of the key. 2 fouls coming Miami's way, and Rob Centeroff, hands on his head. Can't believe it. I mean, you can say it both ways. The fouls on both sides have been going at tough times. And here's Byers at the line. Elmer went 1 for 2 in the last trip. Byers trying to make them both, and he cannot make the first one. Similar story to the last game where the RedHawks missed 10 free throws. They have missed 9 tonight, really making it tough for them in the Mac Center. And now this is a must-make free throw for Brant Byers, and now we see Quinn Wadkey check back in. Wadkey, 8 points for him. Second free throw for Byers to cut the lead to 3, and he does just that. The RedHawks free throw shooting got to be better, 7 for 13. They're leaving points off the board. 3-point game, 87-84, Kent over Miami. Sion Medley, left side. Here is Quinn Wadkey. Medley orchestrating the offense on the right wing. Bounces over Delrico Gillespie, defended by Byers, spinning down, lost the ball, and this is going to be a blocking foul against Miami. Blocking foul against Byers. Steele is speechless. 2:05 left to go, 3-point game, and that's a huge call that didn't go Miami's way. And now Delrico Gillespie back at the free throw line. Must make free throws just like Miami on the other end. First free throw from Rico's good. 88-84. Kent over Miami. Kent State looking for the knockout punch. Trying to go up 5. And second free throw is good. So it's really tough here for the RedHawks, trailing by 5, 89-84. 2 minutes left to go in the second. Go time for the RedHawks. Trailing on the road. Trying to stay undefeated. Brant Byers in the post, puts up a shot. He was fouled. Quinn Wadkey's arms are in the air. Can't believe it. And 2 more free throws are coming Byers' way. So yeah, if last trip wasn't must make, this trip truly is. You really need to make both of them. Miami 7 for 13 in the second half from the free throw line, and Byers makes the first one. Good to see him make that one. Anton Woolfolk checking back in. Foul trouble for both sides. Woolfolk with 4, Byers with 4, Atlason with 4, all 3 forwards. And for Kent State, Whaley with 4, and Gillespie also with 4. So foul trouble on both sides and all forwards. Second free throw is good from Byers. And it is a 3-point game once again. 89-86. This is a classic here in the Mac Center. Gillespie on the right side. Wadkey up top. Sion Medley. Miami trailing by 3. 1:40 left to go. Shot clock at 15. Delrico Gillespie against Brant Byers over the top. No good. Great defense by Byers to stop the free throw jumper. The RedHawks can tie it with a 3-pointer. Up top, Peter Suter, crossover, down the lane, layup is good, and 1! Peter Suter silences the Kent State crowd. A huge play by the Carmel kid. Counted and 1, send him to the free throw line. A free throw means we're tied in the MAC Center. 89-88, 122 left to go in the second. I mean, this game has seen 9 lead changes, and we are going, if Suter makes the free throw, a 4th tie. Suter at the line. He missed the free throw. Missed it on the right side. Still a 1-point game. If you're Miami, you can live with a 2 here, but you would love a stop. 70 seconds left to go in the MAC Center, 1-point game. Kent State trying to knock off number 25, Miami, and trying to end their perfect season. Gillespie lost the ball. Sion Medley up top, right wing 3, a big one. It's good! Sion Medley in the face of Peter Suter gives the Flashes a 4-point lead. Timeout Miami, a tough one to take there from the RedHawks, but still 56 seconds. The RedHawks post is alive, and they got to get the offense going here in the MAC Center. Well, we'll take a brief break and be back in a moment. The score is 92-88, Kent State over Miami. Be back in a moment. .9 seconds left to go. My name is Andrew Relvas. Thank you again for listening to an absolute classic between Kent State and Miami. The RedHawks are on upset watch. Their perfect season is in danger, trailing by 4, but similar position to the last game. They need a basket here. 4-point lead, Kent State 92-88. Peter Suter driving inside, kicking out. Big fake by Skowjak. Kick on the right side. Atlason for 3. No, the rebound tapped around. Finally back to Suter at the free throw line. Suter will drive inside. Gets the layup to go. A big layup by Peter Suter once again. Some huge points by Suter. Brings it right back to a 2-point game. It's 92-90 in the second, 41.9 left to go, and it'll be Kent State ball the other way. We'll keep it here since we just took a timeout. I mean, this is looking like an old-fashioned MAC slugfest. Both teams are going punch for punch. In the last game, over 200 points of scored offense, and we are essentially right back to that same margin in the 180 range. But I mean, what a game this is between Miami and Kent State. Every single time it feels like this game delivers. The RedHawks, I'll say it again, they're looking to surpass the Western Michigan Broncos in the 70s, 1975-76, and trying to be the only 20-0 MAC team ever. And on top of that, they're trying to stay undefeated. They're trying to keep that number 25 spot next to their name. So many things on tap here for Miami. They can be in really good shape with a stop and a score here. First step's the stop. We'll see if Miami can get it. Last possession for Kent State, a monumental three-pointer from Sion Medley. And here we go the other way. Kent State moving it from right to left. A huge possession coming up for Kent State. It's Sion Medley at half court, holding the ball and wasting some clock here. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. All players are frozen. 10 seconds, it means go time for Medley and the Flashes. Inside, it's Medley. Byers is there. Shot's no good. Ball is loose on the floor. Who has it? Byers looked like he had the block, had the rebound for a moment, taken away by Gillespie. Both Gillespie and Byers falling on the floor. And it looks like we might have a jump ball, and going to stay with Kent State. Unreal. So this is a foul situation now if you're Miami. Shot clock's dark. As the Mac Center is feeling it right now. No jump ball. Or rather, it is a jump ball, and it stays with Kent State. 13.7 left to go. Brant Byers, exhausted, will step out. It'll be Skowjak, Kirby, Elmer, Woolfolk, and Suter. Right now, it's a matter of who you want to foul here if you're Miami. It's Medley on the inbound on the far baseline. Medley in a trap, bouncer, and this is last touch by Kent State. Unreal, great work by Woolfolk to tip it out of bounds off of Quinn Weidke, and Miami has life. They can go ahead with a 3 or tie it with a 2. 12.7 left to go in an unreal game. Everyone on their feet inside the Mac Center. Can Miami meet their moment once again? The RedHawks trying to stay undefeated and continue to build their own history. It's Luke Skowjak driving inside, going full force. Skowjak puts up a shot, gets it to go off the rim. We're tied, 92 all. 5 seconds left. It's Weidke, straightaway three-pointer, no good. Shot is off, rebounded by Elmer. We're going to overtime again. Back-to-back overtime thrillers. Luke Skowjak, the hero inside the Mac Center in Kent, Ohio, stuns the Golden Flash faithful, and we will head to overtime. I mean, you cannot believe this. No one can believe this in here. Trey Perry trying to hype up the Miami fans that made the trip out from Oxford. I mean, both sides are going back and forth, and this is back-to-back marathon games for the RedHawks. Unreal. Hope you're enjoying this one as much as I am. I mean, this is one of the best games that I've seen in person. I saw the Buffalo game. That game had so many twists and turns, but this one right there with it. To end the second half, Kent State outscores Miami 58-44, but doesn't matter. We're going to overtime. Incredible guard play from both Skowjak and Suter have tied this one at 92, and we're not going anywhere. Foul trouble stays the same as well. 4 fouls on Miami for Woolfolk, Byers, and Atlason. And for Kent State, 4 fouls on both Rob Whaley and Delrico Gillespie. I mean, on both sides, they're a foul away from really changing the game, especially for Whaley, 27 points and 14 boards. If you're Miami, if you can kind of draw a foul there and maybe get them out of the game, you will be feeling a lot better about yourselves. But you can say the same for Miami. I mean, 4 fouls on Byers, 11 points, 4 on Woolfolk, a physical forward, and 4 on Atlason, who hasn't had the best game tonight, but he's played a pivotal role in bringing this one to a tie game. And we are all ready to go for period number 3 and overtime number 1, Miami versus Kent State here on RedHawk Radio. Back-to-back overtime thrillers on RedHawk Radio. And we're thankful that you could join us for number 2. This is the 3rd overtime game for the RedHawks. The first one was against UNC Asheville, second one against Buffalo, and now this one against Kent State. Already have an overtime win on the road. We'll see if the RedHawks can get another here. at the line. Tip is up, and it's won by Miami. The RedHawks will move it from left to right. Luke Skowjak goes on the right side, finds Woolfolk over to Peter Suter, shifting inside against Delrico Gillespie. Will shift out on the left side. Here's Ian Elmer, inside lefty layup, off the rim and in. It's good, and the RedHawks take their lead again. First lead in overtime, it's 94-92, RedHawks over the Flashes. Now it's Kent State's turn. It's Morgan Safford. Near the top of the key, Quinn wide key. Over on the right side to Sion Medley. Up top, ball is tipped around, deflected by Woolfolk, and it finally finds the arm of Luke Skowjak. Skowjak over to Woolfolk, and it's off of his arms. Too fast there for the RedHawks. Skowjak knew that was going to be a tough pass regardless. Morgan Safford patrolling the area well, and it'll go back to Kent State. Two-point lead for the RedHawks, and it's back to Kent State. Up top, here is Griffith. They give it over Sion Medley, top of the key, shifting inside. Ball's tipped again, and the RedHawks force another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers forced by the red and white. We'll see if they can do it together offensively. Peter Suter gives over, left wing three, Skowjak. Yes, sir! Luke Skowjak, ice in his veins, gives Miami a 5-point lead. 97-92, 3:41 left to go in overtime. Timeout, Kent State. This is unbelievable. Skowjak and the RedHawks continue to defy all tests that's thrown at them, and we'll take a break inside the Mac Center. Don't even think about going anywhere. 5-point lead for Miami. Miami leads 97-92 on the road in the Mac Center in one of the most raucous and loud environments in the Mid-American Conference. Miami ahead by 5, trying to stay undefeated in a monstrous test here on the road. The RedHawks are on a 9-0 run that started at the end of that second period. A big three by Skowjak. And another huge triple by Skowjak again. Kent State ball, trailing by 5 this time. Morgan Safford, the former RedHawk, gives up top to Jahara Williamson. On the right wing, it's Safford over to Medley, back up top of the key to Safford, back over to Medley. Bouncer down low to Delrico Gillespie. Right wing three, wide open is Medley. He can't get it to go. Rebound is tapped. Or who's going to have it? It's the RedHawks. Skowjak gets another huge board, and Miami can slow it down. They work it quickly, and this is going to be a foul inside on Morgan Safford. That'll be Safford's 4th. And now 3 players on both sides each have 4 fouls. I mean, we saw 10 assists and 18 points in the last game from Luke Skowjak. And in this one, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, and 16 points. Another spectacular Skowjak game. Free throws for Suter. Misses the first one. And now we see the Boley and Rob Whaley Jr., who's been playing like that all evening long. Check in for Rayvon Griffith. 5-point lead for Miami, 97-92, 3:07 left to go in overtime number 1. Gotta make this free throw if you're Suter, and he does. Suter up to 25 points. Had 37 in the last game, 25 in this one, and we're not done. 98-92 Miami over Kent State. Sprinting inside now, circling back is Sion Medley against Peter Suter. Lost the ball again, but it's it looked like a timeout was maybe taken. No, excuse me, I had it all wrong. It initially looked like it was tipped out of bounds, but this is going to be a foul on Elmer, and this will be free throws for Sion Medley. So Medley will go to the line. Got to make them both. And Medley makes the first one. The first point in this overtime period for Kent State. The Flashes would love a second here. And he gets the second to go. So Miami's lead is shrunk just a little bit to 4. But the RedHawks controlling their own fate. Skowjak inside the free throw line, corkscrewing inside, gets the friendly roll off the rim and in, and Miami leads 100-94. They get their lead to 6 right back here in overtime. Sion Medley inside, nearly out of bounds. 2 RedHawks are there, Woolfolk and Byers. Corner 3 for Safford, no, and that's another rebound for Luke Skowjak on the far side. Skowjak has been everywhere tonight for the RedHawks. 6-point lead for Miami. 2:17, 194. Spinning inside again, searching for space. He'll cycle back up top to Suter. Near half court, he'll drive inside against Whaley. Kick in the corner, Woolfolk for 3. No good, but the rebound's tapped back by Byers over to Skowjak, and the RedHawks will waste some more time. Inside to Ian Elmer, 2-on-1, tipped out of bounds, or no, they say it's off of Miami. 2 Flashes were there. It was both Williamson and Safford, but it was last touched by Elmer apparently. So it goes back to Kent State now. Safford and this entire RedHawks bench cannot believe it, but they got to move on and play some defense. Kent is 1 for 6 in their last 6 possessions. And they'll try and answer here, and we got a foul, this time on Suter. Wasn't intentional, it looked like he may have lost his footing. 4th foul on Suter, and now the plot thickens as Suter is another player in foul trouble. And these are more free throws coming up for who else but Sion Medley. Medley is already 8 for 10, and he's looking to make a big pair. Kent State shooting 22 for 28, and Medley makes the first one. 5-point lead, and now we see Almar Atlason checking in as Woolfolk is a little hobbled, certainly exhausted. Second free throw for Medley, who is going for point number 20, and he's got it. So now a little response here. 4 straight points by the Flashes. Now it's Miami's turn to get this offense going. Luke Skowjak near half court. Gives over Brent Byers on the left side. Back over Skowjak. Inside, he had the wide open Peter Suter, but it was deflected out of bounds by the stealthy and the shifty Morgan Safford. It'll stay with the RedHawks. 86 seconds left to go. 16 on the shot clock. Elmer, the inbound, close by to this Miami bench. Suter up top, defended by Gillespie. Suter dances. Free throw jumper, no good, and the rebound is hunted down by Delrico Gillespie. Sion Medley on the move against Luke Skowjak. Over on the right side, finds a moving Safford, gets the N1 to go. And Almar Atlason is out of the game. Atlason is out of the game as the point and the N1 will go to Morgan Safford. And now the former RedHawk has a chance to make this one a 1-point game. 68 seconds left to go. I mean, this game has given you everything you could ever want as a fan. And now it looks like we got a slippery spot on the free throw line, so we are in another slippery spot just outside of the three-point line. Everyone's all set to go, and Safford will go back to the free throw line to make it a one-point game potentially. Safford, the former Red Hawk, up to 17 points, and he's got his 18th. Rainbow free throw is perfect, and Miami's lead is just one. A 7-0 run, a 7-0 answer for Kent State. Let's see if Miami can grow their lead. Inside, Suter gets the layup to go, pushes Delrico Gillespie out of the way, sends him back to Kent. And Miami extends their lead to 3, 102-99. Under a minute left to play. Deep three on the left wing from Medley, no good, and the rebound is snared by Suter. Full court, here's Elmer. Elmer throws it down! Suter to Elmer, full court pass, the two-hand hammer gives the RedHawks the lead, 104-99. 37 seconds left to go. Rayvon Griffith up top, Sion Medley inside, gets the layup to go. No one was there for Miami. That's not a good possession, but I guess it turns out to be that way as the shot clock is off, and we're gonna be in a foul situation. This is another 100-point game. I think I was talking a little bit earlier how this was getting closer and closer, but couldn't even have predicted that this would be in the 200s, and the score is 104-101. 3-point lead for the RedHawks. They'll have the ball with under 30 left to go. 28.6 here in the Mac Center in a unreal environment here on the east side of the state. Some of the top scorers, it's Peter Suter, another classic 27 points. Luke Skowjak, 18 points for him. Ian Elmer, 23 points. Those are the top three scorers for the RedHawks. Meanwhile, for Kent State, Sion Medley, 23 points, including 10 at the free throw line. 27 for Rob Whaley Jr. and 14 boards. A big man game for Rob Whaley. And Morgan Safford has 18, along with Delrico Gillespie having 17. So both of those players close to it. And it'll be Miami ball ahead by 3. They are 28.6 seconds away from improving to 20-0, staying undefeated, and going off to the best start in MAC history. Still a lot of time left, though, including a crucial inbound. It's Suter, bounces over to Luke Skowjak in a trap, finds Ian Elmer, spins around, goes back to Suter, full court pass, he's got Kirby. Kirby cycles back, and a foul is going to be called on Rayvon Griffith, the Cincinnati Bearcats transfer. Stops it at 20.8, excuse me. So 8 seconds left. 8 seconds went off the shot clock. And Justin Kirby will go to the free throw line for some big free throws. Feels like every trip to the free throw line is massive, but a 3-point lead for Miami. You make both of these here, you make it really tough with 20.8 left to go. Kirby misses the first free throw. Got to make the second here. The RedHawks are 19 for 31 from the free throw line. Rob Whaley checks back in. Bigger body. Absolutely makes sense. You want to box out for the rebound, and here we go. Second free throw for Miami. Justin Kirby gets it to go. And the RedHawks lead by 4. And now the chess match will turn the other way to Rob Senderoff's Golden Flashes. They're behind 105 to 101, 20.8 left to go. Got to move quick here. Straightaway three-pointer. Safford, no, missed on the left side. Rebounded by Elmer, and Elmer's fouled. Rob Whaley fouls Ian Elmer. And the RedHawks are essentially one free throw away from winning this one. Miami faithful knows it. Suter, Skowjak, Byers, and Woolfolk are on the defensive side of the court. Now, Skowjak will go to the three-point line, and it'll be Ian Elmer at the free throw line. Miami gets the first one to go. Ian Elmer, 106 to 101. Another free throw will give Miami a 6-point lead, and Ian Elmer does it. 6-point lead for the RedHawks. 101-107. Rolling up court, Sion Medley has to shoot a three here. It's Delrico Gillespie, straightaway three-pointer, no. Rebounded by Elmer. He gets it. Luke Skowjak spikes the ball near half court, and the RedHawks defeat the Kent State Golden Flashes 107 to 101. What a wild one on the road here in the Mack Center. The RedHawks stun the Kent State Golden Flashes in Kent. They survive, winning by 6 in back-to-back overtime wins. The Cardiac RedHawks do it again. They improve to 20-0. The undefeated streak stays alive for Miami, and the RedHawks are now officially off to the best start in MAC history. How about them RedHawks? They fought until the bitter end, and they get another unreal hard-fought victory on the road this time. Felt like last game was going to be the one where that was going to be the signature win, but this one may just be it for now. A signature road win that saw the RedHawks take down the Kent State Golden Flashes in overtime in 45 game minutes, in a game that saw 107 points be scored by the RedHawks and 101 get scored by Kent State. Another NBA-style game. The leading scorer for the RedHawks, it was Peter Suter, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. I think he was the player of the game. I mean, he hit clutch shot after clutch shot. Another 40-minute masterpiece for Suter. Ian Elmer, 25 points. He was spectacular again, 25 and 6 rebounds, an assist, and a block. He played excellent. Luke Skowjak was another unbelievable player. 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists along with a steal. Those are your top 3 performers for the RedHawks. Overall, they shoot 54%. They make 9 three-pointers, 9 for 31, 29% from deep, and they make 22 out of 34 free throws, 65%. And they only turn the ball over 6 times, so they do a lot better than the last game, and they get a huge win on the road. Meanwhile, for Kent State, the leading scorer, it was Rob Whaley Jr., the UNLV transfer. Had a great game, 27 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. He filled every stat necessary. Sion Medley, 23 points, 7 assists. He continued his spectacular play. Safford had 18, Gillespie had 17. 49% from the floor, Kent State shot. They made 10 out of 30 three-pointers, and Kent State made 25 out of 31 free throws for 81%. And Miami outscored Kent State 15-9 in overtime, and forcing them defensively to shoot 2 for 7. And that was the really deciding factor in an absolute thriller, an absolute classic. To quote the words of Gavin Stark, absolute cinema here in the Mack Center. The RedHawks improved to 20-0, and they'll have some time off before their next game, and they improved to 8-0 in MAC play. Miami's next game will be against the UMass Minutemen, and since they won this game, their only game this week, they will likely stay ranked, but we'll see how all the other top 25 teams do across the country. But a really marquee win for Travis Steele, who now moves to 5-1 against Kent State. And for Kent State, they fall to 14-5, just a tough loss after nearly having it. They led for a large majority of the crunch time, but they fall to 14-5 and 5-2 in MAC play behind Akron, assuming they won. And for the RedHawks, once again, their next matchup will be against the UMass Minutemen at Millett Hall. It'll be a 9 o'clock start on Tuesday, and that'll be on ESPNU for everyone who's not from Oxford but wants to watch one of the best teams in the country play, make sure to tune in between the RedHawks and the Minutemen. January 27th, next Tuesday at Millett Hall at 9 p.m. It'll be must-see TV. And for Kent State, their next game will be against Eastern Michigan. That'll be in Ypsilanti on Saturday against the Eastern Michigan Eagles, and hopefully a bounce-back game for them after a heartbreaking loss. Well, thanks again for tuning in from the Mack Center. My name is Andrew Relvas, saying so long from Kent, Ohio. The RedHawks get an unreal victory and get a statement win on the road against the Kent State Golden Flashes, 107-101. And as a reminder, our next RedHawk radio broadcast will be tomorrow on the women's side with the Miami women's basketball team against the Buffalo Bulls. That'll be a 7 o'clock start tomorrow in Millett Hall in Oxford, Ohio. Thanks again for tuning in. Once again, my name is Andrew Relvas, saying so long from Kent State. Miami wins 107-101 in overtime. And we hope you have a great rest of your evening.